comfortable seated position. And just begin to breathe. Let's lengthen our spine nice and tall towards the ceiling, leaving the sit bones firmly planted on the ground. Just nice deep inhales, long relaxing exhales, just to get us grounded in our mat. And allow that breath to get a little bit larger so that first we're breathing into our chest, and then once our lungs fill up, we can soften our belly and then breathe into our belly. And then on the exhale, pull that navel into your spine and just let the chest relax, dropping the shoulders away from the ears. So inhale first into the chest, filling up the lungs, then relaxing the belly, bringing that breath into the belly, then exhaling the navel to the spine, and then relax your chest. Take one more breath. And come back just to a natural rhythm in your breath. And on an exhale, let's take the right ear to the right shoulder. And then exhale, roll that chin to your chest. And on an inhale, take the left ear to the left shoulder. And on an exhale, bring that chin back down to your chest, letting gravity do that stretch for you in the back of your neck. And on your next inhale, you can bring your head back up to neutral. Begin to open your eyes. Let's inhale those arms up. And exhale to one side. And inhale it up. Exhale to the other. Inhale it back up. Exhale to that first side. Inhaling it up. Exhale to the second. Inhale it back up. We're going to exhale to that first side. We're going to hold it over here and just breathe. Feeling that stretch from the fingertips all the way down our side and into our hip. Take one more breath, and on your inhale, let's float it back up, reaching nice and tall, and then exhale over to the other side. Again, really feeling that stretch from your fingertips all the way down to your hip. Take one more breath, and on the inhale, let's float ourselves back up, reaching up nice and tall, and exhale and twist to that first side. So front hand to the front knee, back hand behind you, looking over that back shoulder. Inhale as we come forward. Exhale and twist to the other side. Again, looking over that back shoulder. Inhaling it forward. Exhale and twist. Inhale it forward. Exhale and twist. Exhale and twist to that first side. We're gonna hold it over here and breathe, looking over that back shoulder, keeping the spine nice and tall. Take one more breath. And on an inhale, let's float ourselves forward, reaching up nice and tall first, and then exhale and twist. And on your next inhale, let's float forward. We're gonna reach nice and tall as we can. And then exhale our arms down. Roll out those shoulders. And then we're gonna come forward onto hands and knees. I'll turn sideways. We're gonna go through some cat-cows. So we're gonna inhale, dropping the belly to cow. And then exhale, round back to cat. Inhale, dropping the belly, softening those elbows, and then exhale, round the back. Inhale, drop the belly to cow. Exhale, round the back to cat. One more time, inhale, cow. Exhale, round the back to cat. And press back to child's pose, or hips to heels. You can widen your knees if you'd like, bringing your toes together, then softening your head and chest towards the floor. Just take a breath here. And on an inhale, we're gonna come back to tabletop. We're gonna exhale that right heel to stand on the wall behind us. So exhale it back. Take a breath here, and on an exhale, bring the nose or knee to your nose. And then inhale as we stretch that foot back out. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale it back out. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale it back out one more time. And then this time we're gonna exhale as we bring it in between our hands, making sure that we walk our foot forward a ways, because we're gonna lunge forward and I want the ankle to be right under the knee. And now let's walk ourselves back. We're just gonna straighten that front leg by lifting those toes, getting a nice stretch on the back of that leg, and then walk yourself forward. And then back we go, lifting those toes, and forward again. Let's go back one more time. And forward. When we're here, let's inhale those arms forward and then peel our chest up off of our knees or our thighs as we continue to drive our hips forward. Good, let's exhale those hands down. Let's slide that right foot back to tabletop. Let's do a round of cat-cow, so drop the belly to cow. Exhale, round the back to cat. Come back to table. Now let's take that left foot back, standing on that wall behind us. Take a breath here, and then exhale, bring that knee to your chest or knee to your nose. Then inhale, extend that leg back out. Exhale, bring the knee to the nose. Inhale, extend it back out. Exhale, knee to nose. Extend it back out. And on the exhale, let's just bring it in between your hands. Again, walking it forward. And then begin to lunge forward to make sure that knee stays above the ankle. And then begin to walk back. lifting those toes. And walking forward now. On an inhale, walk yourself back, lift your toes. Exhale as you walk it forward. Inhale as you walk it back. Take a breath into that hamstring. And then walk it forward. Now let's reach our arms forward and begin to peel your chest off of your thigh, keeping your hips lunging forward. And exhale those arms down. We're gonna bring that foot back to tabletop. Again, go through your cat-cow, so dropping the belly to cow, round, back to cat, and come back to tabletop. Now let's take that right foot out to the side. Go ahead and plant the blade of the inside blade of that foot down to the floor. Oh, now we're gonna walk our hands over to the opposite side. So we're gonna have same side, same hand, same knee, opposite foot, all in alignment. Now reach that opposite hand to the ceiling. And on an exhale, let's go overhead. Getting that stretch all along that side body. And let's walk that hand down. We're gonna walk ourselves all the way over to that straight leg. You can pivot the foot if you need to wherever it's comfortable for your ankle, but I want the toes to stay towards the floor. So we're gonna get a little stretch in the inside of that thigh, groin. Now begin to bend into that knee. So plant the foot down, bend into the knee, and we're gonna lunge towards that knee. So you're gonna get a big hip opener, big groin stretch. Now begin to walk yourself back to tabletop. And then I want you to take that leg and I just want you to do some hip circles with it, or knee circles. Go both directions just to kind of work out any kink that we may have put in there. And then come back to tabletop. We're gonna go to the opposite side. So plant that opposite foot out. Walk yourself over to the side. So we got same hand, same knee, opposite foot, all in alignment. Then let's take that opposite hand up to the ceiling first to open up and stack our hips. Take a breath here. And then exhale overhead, getting a full stretch along that whole side. Just breathe. And let's lower that hand and begin to walk ourselves over to that straight leg. Yeah, you can move your foot a little bit, but I want the toes to be planted or towards the floor to get a nice stretch on the top of the foot, as well as the stretch inside the groin. Now let's begin to bend into that knee, moving that foot where you need to, so that you can lunge into this knee and get a nice hip opener and groin stretch. And let's begin to walk ourselves back to tabletop. And go ahead and rotate that hip, do a few knee circles. And then come back to tabletop with me. Again, drop the belly to cow, round the back to cat, and press back to child's pose. Take one more breath here. And inhale forward to tabletop. Let's move those hands forward just a smidge. We're gonna curl those toes under and exhale the hips up into our first downward facing dog. Then we're gonna inhale forward to tabletop. Leave your hands right where they are. Exhale back to child's pose. Then inhale forward to tabletop. Curl those toes under. Exhale those hips up, downward facing dog. Then inhale forward to tabletop. Leave your hands right where they are. Exhale back, child's pose. Inhale forward to tabletop, curl those toes under, exhale those hips up, downward facing dog. And now let's just walk the dog by pressing one heel into the mat and then the opposite. Just walk your dog or pedal your feet and breathe. And on your next inhale, I want you to come high up on your tiptoes. And then exhale as you settle your heels towards the floor. You can soften your knees, but press your chest towards your toes. And on an inhale, I want you to walk your feet to your hands to your feet, and come to forward fold. So our bellies are draped right over our thighs. Our knees are nice and soft. Our gaze is in between our kneecaps. Let's inhale, coming halfway up. So straight legs, flat back. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come halfway up. We're going to hold it here. Take a breath. And then exhale, forward fold. Let's place the left hand in front of the left foot. We're going to begin to straighten that right leg and take that right arm up to the ceiling. And just breathe. And on your next exhale, let's bring that right hand down. Soften the right knee. We're going to begin to straighten the left leg and take the left arm up to the ceiling. Just breathing, feeling that stretch on that left leg. And exhale that hand back down, soften those knees. Now I want you to reach behind your thighs. I want you to bear hug your thighs, so grabbing your elbows with your hands. Our knees are nice and bent. On an exhale, we're going to begin to straighten the legs as much as we can by holding that grip behind our legs. Then soften your knees, rearrange that grip, really bear hug those thighs to your chest, and begin to straighten those legs. Inhale, relax. We're going to bear hug them one more time. And exhale as you begin to lift those hips to the sky, straightening those legs. Relax your head. And go ahead and release. And bring the hands to the floor. We're going to step our feet back to a plank, to a high plank. And then exhale down to our bellies. Really pinch the elbows to the sides, coming all the way down to our bellies. Now inhale as we baby cobra up. So just using that low back. And then exhale down. Let's do that again. Inhale up. And exhale down. One more time. Inhale up, baby cobra. And exhale down. Let's bring the hands back underneath us. You're gonna exhale back up to plank or tabletop. And then hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Let's inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale down to our bellies. Inhale up, baby cobra. Exhale down. Inhale back up through plank or tabletop. Exhale the hips up, downward facing dog. We're gonna do that one more time. Inhale forward to plank. Exhale down to our bellies. Inhale up, baby cobra. Exhale down. Inhale back up through plank or tabletop. Exhale those hips up, downward facing dog. Now let's inhale that right heel to the sky. Exhale as we swing it through, bringing it in between our hands however we get there. But we're gonna keep that back knee lifted. We're gonna inhale those arms forward first, and then peel our chest up off of our thighs for a crescent lunge. Take a breath. And exhale our hands down. Slide that foot back to plank. Exhale down to our bellies. Inhale up, baby cobra. Exhale down. Inhale back up through plank or tabletop. Exhale those hips up, downward facing dog. Let's inhale that left heel up to the sky. Exhale as you swing it through, bringing it all the way in between your hands. We're gonna keep that back knee lifted and the back heel lifted. We're gonna inhale, reach our arms forward, and then peel our chest up off of our thighs into crescent lunge. And exhale those hands down. Slide that left foot back, and exhale down to our bellies. Inhale up, baby cobra. Exhale down. Inhale back up through plank or tabletop. Exhale those hips up, downward facing dog. Let's inhale that right heel back up to the sky. Exhale as you swing it through. Get it all the way up in between your hands. Now let's pivot that back heel down to the mat. Windmill these arms open to warrior two. All right, so our front knee's bent, hip, knee, ankle all in alignment. We can see our first two toes. Now let's inhale everything up, so reaching up nice and tall. Then exhale into warrior two. Inhale it up nice and tall. Exhale in warrior two. Inhale it up. Exhale into warrior two. We're gonna hold it here and take a breath. And on an exhale, let's bring this right elbow to the right knee. Take the left arm overhead. We're gonna inhale, coming all the way back to peaceful warrior, keeping that front knee still bent. And then exhale, forward to side angle. Front elbow to the front knee, back arm behind us, or over our head. Then inhale, coming all the way back up to peaceful warrior. Exhale all the way forward to side angle. Inhale all the way back up to Peaceful Warrior. This time, let's begin to straighten that front leg, getting a deeper stretch here. Now exhale this front hand to the front shin, or the floor, or a block, whatever you've got, to a triangle on this side. So, hand to the block or the shin, left arm to the ceiling. Now let's exhale this left hand down to meet his friend, closing the book. Inhale and open the book. Exhale and close. Inhale and open. Exhale and close. Inhale and open. Exhale and close. This time let's bring the left hand to the block, the shin, the floor, whatever you've got. And we're going to open up to the back side, to the right hand side. Exhale, close the book. Inhale, open the book. Exhale and close. Inhale and open. Exhale and close. Inhale and open. We're going to hold it here. Take a breath. And on the exhale, let's bring that hand back down. Now let's just forward fold over this front leg. So we're going to look at our kneecap on that right leg. Hands are either on our shins or on blocks or on the floor. And I want us to relax our neck. Maybe you shake your head yes and no if your balance is good. Good, and then we're going to soften into that knee, bending that knee, lifting that back heel up off the floor. We're going to slide this right foot all the way back to plank. And then exhale down to our bellies. Inhale up, baby cobra. Exhale down. Inhale back up through plank or tabletop. Exhale those hips up, downward facing dog. Take a breath here, because we're moving on to the other side. Let's inhale that left heel to the sky. Exhale as you swing it through. I'm going to switch sides. All right, we're going to plant that back heel down to the floor. We're going to windmill those arms up into Warrior Two. Go ahead, let's inhale everything up. So straighten and reach to the sky. Exhale it all in, Warrior Two. Inhaling it up. Exhale into Warrior Two. Inhaling it up. Exhale into Warrior Two. We're going to hold it here. Take a breath. Relax those shoulders away from the ears. And on your next exhale, let's take the left elbow to the left knee. That right arm goes overhead. And then inhale as you reach all the way back to Peaceful Warrior with a straight, or with a bent front knee. And then exhale forward, left elbow to left knee, right arm overhead. Inhale back, Peaceful Warrior with a bent front knee. Exhale forward to side angle. Inhale back, Peaceful Warrior. This time let's straighten that front leg, get a deeper stretch. And then exhale, this front hand down to the shin or a block. The right arm up to the ceiling, to your triangle on the left side. Let's exhale, close the book. Inhale and open. Exhale and close. Inhale and open. Exhale and close. Inhale and open. Exhale and close. We're going to bring this right hand now down to the floor, the shin, a block, whatever you've got. We're going to inhale that left arm up to the sky. Then exhale, close the book. Inhale, open the book. Exhale. Exhale and close. Inhale and open. Exhale and close. Inhale and open it up. We're going to hold it over here and breathe. And exhale and close the book. Now bringing both hands to either side of the foot on a block or the shin. And I want us to look at our kneecap, relaxing our head, shaking your head yes and no if your balance is good. Relax your breath, relax your shoulders. And let's bend into that knee, lifting that back heel up off the floor, sliding that foot back to plank, and exhale down for bellies. Inhale up, baby cobra. Exhale down. Inhale back up.